Hey everyone, my name is Angela Gargano. I'm a 4-time American Ninja Warrior and also the Oxygen magazine cover girl for this summer, which is very exciting. So many people have asked me how I got this cover, and I think sometimes that you look at somebody on a cover and you think they just got it, right? But what you don't see is all that back end work and all the years of pushing for something like this to come to fruition. So that's exactly what this article that I wrote is all about. It's about my journey of becoming on the cover and the things that I had to do, the hardships I had to overcome, and the way I had to push in order to make that happen. So I wanted to go over some of the main points of what I wrote out, and hopefully it can help you and help you realize that a lot of times our goals seem pretty impossible, but then when they do happen, it may not happen right away, you realize, wow, a lot of things are so much more possible than we thought. It just might take a little longer than we thought, or it might show up a little differently at times. So I photoshopped myself on the cover of the magazine, and here is what happened. First thing I like to chat about is that growing up, I always looked up to everyone who was on the cover, and I always said to myself, you know, that is the person I want to be. I want to be confident. I want people to look at me in the industry and be like, wow, she knows what she's doing. And that to me was the ultimate reason why I wanted to be on the cover. But how did it all start? So I started doing fitness competitions in 2013, and that's when I first finally started to feel more confident with my body and started doing a little more video and photographs and things like that. And I was like, oh, you know what? I feel really good doing this. So what I did put on the article is my first ever YouTube video that I did. And it's like the silliest thing of me laying down doing like a core workout. And then I also started doing some videos for diet.com, which used to be a pretty popular platform back in the day. So I really started to get my foot in learning how to speak on camera and how to provide workouts in an easy way. And I knew that I was definitely knowledgeable about the things that I was doing, but I think what made it a little good for being on video is that I also, was a college gymnast, and also I taught gymnastics. So I was able to make the workouts a little bit more digestible and understandable, and that's really important when you're teaching a workout, right? If you're blurting out a bunch of random stuff, a lot of people won't understand what you're saying. So I try to make it really digestible and fun with everybody that goes into the workout. I also was told that I had this kind of like intimidating yet approachable sense. Like you're a little bit nervous when you go into my workout, but you're also like, oh, okay, she's approachable. So I liked that idea of having that. To me, being on the cover would be the ultimate you made it factor. So I started shooting with some of the best photographers, and where it all started was in Rhode Island. I was practicing a fitness routine and posing in one of those little group studio rooms, and a photographer came in and said, hey, I would love to do a shoot with you. And at first I was like, me? Like, I didn't think I would be good enough to be on camera at that time. And he's like, yeah, you. So I did a shoot with him, and he made me feel so comfortable and confident on camera. And these pictures that he took made me feel like I was like on an Under Armour commercial or something. So my confidence started to build because of this photographer saying, you got this. There's something in you. And I loved having that somebody there. So I have all the pictures on there. Then I started posting a lot of these photos using very common hashtags for magazines. So at the time it was Oxygen Exhale, hashtag My Strong Moment, Women's Health Strong, all these different ones. And I kept posting very consistently with some motivational medicine messages and also with the hashtag, knowing well be that like they may not ever see this. But I kept doing it. I was really persistent and consistent with it until finally people started noticing. And I started getting put not only on their main feeds, like, hey, can we use your photo, but also in the magazines. And then I was like, why not make the picture of what I want a little bit more clear? So I used to make vision boards, and this time on these vision boards, I decided to Photoshop myself on the cover and pretend like I felt and like I was already on it. So Photoshop myself on the cover of the magazines, and I have examples of all of that. And I just wanted to let you know that when doing this, I had a bunch of this. This is like a short-term point of the other story is I was told by numerous fitness agencies that I was too manly. I was rejected, that this wasn't going to be for me, but the rejection drove me. I wanted to show you that, no, I can do this. I know I have this in me. The repost drove me from when they were posted on the magazines. The possibilities drove me, and I felt like I had more. I felt like I had more to give. So slowly things started coming together. I stayed for months to shoot with this photographer, Paul Bichetta. Months. I think it was about like $1,500, maybe even more dollars. And so every time I would personal train somebody, I'd take a little bit and put it aside. And after after months and months and months of saving, I had a lot of cash, and I was like, I'm going to do the shoot with him. So I did the shoot with him, and that led to another opportunity in January of 2016, where I was actually flown out to Toronto to actually do a shoot. And mind you, all of this stuff is not paid at all. So got in there, was very excited about it. And then I started to email everybody I could, in any email I could find in the magazines, my vision board and what I wanted. Super crazy thing, kind of a ballsy thing to do. And to my surprise, an editor, Laura, from Oxygen magazine, she actually reached out to me and said, hey, I live in very close to you and I'd love to do a shoot. I was shocked, super shocked. And it actually led me to my first shoot with Oxygen, which was in a church basement, literally. Church basement. And I really got to know Lara and things like that. So I put like all the emails on here too, so you can see the timelines of things that happened and how it took a lot of time. And it took a lot of follow-up emails. You can't just email and then not hear back and be like, oh, these people are all very busy. Always follow up. Like, hey, what's up? Just want to check in. Did you get my message? So I have the wrist mobility screenshot here. Then in 2017, a client of mine kept bugging me to try out for the Women's Health Next Fitness Star competition. And I didn't think that I would ever get selected. I'm just a random girl from Rhode Island and didn't have really much of a story to tell. And to my surprise, I did get selected. And I didn't have time to actually make a video, so I actually put in the video of my Ninja Warrior submission, which is a year that I did not get on Ninja Warrior. So I literally took the submission video that I did not get selected for Ninja Warrior, I put it somewhere else, and the universe gave me a Women's Health Next Star cover. So I have the video of that, and I also have the video that I had to put in for Women's Health to kind of talk through a workout, which is very young me, so be ready. I say this over and over again, but when I got the email saying I was selected for Women's Health Next Star, I seriously thought it was fake. It looked fake. I'm like, there's no way that I randomly got selected for this. Well, not randomly, but that I put this application and I got selected, and they're gonna fly me all over the place, and it's gonna be this big thing, but it was right. I even had to get something notarized. I didn't even know what notarizing was. So that shows you how, yeah, I knew this stuff was me. So I photoshopped myself on the cover, and although I didn't get the cover of Oxygen or Strong, the universe showed up in a different way. And not only did I get the cover of Women's Health, but I also wound up getting a cover of a magazine in Rhode Island. So it was pretty interesting and exciting that, like, hey, you want something, you're manifesting it, and these things are coming towards your way. So did all that, and I experienced how great it was to be in the city and to be surrounded by amazing people who have the same common goals as me and have the same drive as me. So all that happened, and Laura from Oxygen magazine reached out again and said that she needed help on another shoot, but she also needed help finding a model and a photographer, and I knew exactly what to do. And Travis Barnard, the first guy I shot with, who came into that room, I said, I have your guy. And mind you, he got paid to shoot, and I got paid to I didn't get paid at all. I got paid to my payment was when being in the magazine. So got my friend Jess also on the shoot and found a photographer, and I was very resourceful, and I think that's what Laura liked about me, is that I was resourceful, and I was like, no, I got it. I'm gonna figure out, I know exactly what we can do. And just always be like that. Always be resourceful and always do a little bit extra. So I had the whole video shoot of me here. And then while I was doing that, and life was going pretty well, getting features, I was running a gym, actually had a boyfriend at the time, things were great. I got another call for American Ninja Warrior. And this year I knew it was gonna be my time to shine. So I got American Ninja Warrior feeling brave and good, and then tore my ACL on national television. All those great things that I had in one flash of a second were just gone. And I didn't know what to do. I was pretty upset, but I realized it was a blessing in disguise. I decided that while healing, I wanted to shut down my gym, and I moved to New York City. Because you never know what's gonna happen to your body. And I knew, I'm not gonna wait and find out. So went to New York City, physical therapy 3 times a week, going to all the New York City gyms to train, and sleeping on couches, early mornings, training people for free, all the things, you name it, I did it. And I also started sending out my story to different magazines, and Shape magazine picked up the article on my ACL injury. And what's really cool about this is that it slowly started to become less about me and more about the people, and more about that my story of me persisting through my injury and going for my dreams is going to help others. So notice that shift in perspective. Before it was like, I just want to be on the cover, and now it's like, no, I want to help people. So did all of that, and then while I was, healing and stuff like that, I also started training Liz Plosser, the woman editor-in-chief of Women's Health. She said she wanted to get a pull-up, started helping with her pull-up, and then she asked me to be in a naked shoot. And let me tell you something, for the longest time I was called Mangela, and I had a really hard time showing my body, and I don't really even like being naked. So I was very scared to do it, but I knew that I had a pretty good story to tell about this and that it could help others, just like my ACL tear did. So I went ahead and I did it. I flew to Vegas first, of course, test for Ninja Warrior, and then shot in Santa Barbara. Again, none of this was paid. None of it was paid. I had to pay for my flights, everything like that. And when I did the one part of the naked shoot, I actually fell off of a tree naked. So that was fun. Got back on Ninja Warrior, crushed the course. Had that comeback story. It was all over, the news and things like that. This comeback, and at that moment, again, I realized that it wasn't just about me. It was about the people that I was inspiring. As my messages in my inbox started flooding with "You're helping me continue to go." That's just what did it for me. Then I had an amazing opportunity after that to do the Warrior Shred for Oxygen magazine. This was my first paid gig, yay! So they flew me to Colorado, and I did all the programming and videos and stuff. Being a warrior to me is not just about the physical strength. You can become a warrior in all aspects of your life. Your relationships, your career, everything that you do, you can become a warrior. All you have to do is make time for yourself. I'm Angela Gargano. I'm a 3-time American Ninja Warrior, Miss Fitness America 2016, and I am your coach for the Warrior Shred program. When I stopped focusing on my weight and started focusing on just becoming really, really strong, that's when I saw huge progress in my body. And that's what we're gonna do in this program. We're gonna focus on strength, we're gonna take that scale, you're gonna throw it away, and we are gonna see amazing results. Like that for Oxygen magazine. I was pretty upset at the time because normally something like that would come with the cover, and it didn't, but I was grateful for the opportunity to come in there. After that, things weren't going too crazy publication-wise, but I went to a ton of seminars. I learned a lot from the best, and continue learning and being the best at your craft. And that's always so important. Be the best at your craft, okay? Don't just want to get on a cover just to be on a cover. Be the best at what you're doing. Then boom, I finally got another opportunity with Women's Health to shoot pull-ups, which is the coolest thing is that I shot in a gym called Brooklyn Zoo, which is one of the first gyms I ever went to that inspired me to quit my job and go to open my own gym. So I thought it was pretty cool that shoot was happening there. It came right back in a circle here. And yeah, then the pandemic happened. And publications were kind of weird at the time and we didn't really know what to do, but what I did was I used my resources. I messaged out and I said, hey, can I do live workouts and help you on your pages? A lot of them were done for free. And that really grew my audience, and it really allowed people to see my personality. And that's when things started happening. My business started tripling in income. I started helping more people around the world. And I decided to create a full pitch deck to get on the cover of Oxygen is Strong. And I created this whole long thing, had some amazing people check it and edit it with stats as to why I should be on the cover and the way I can help people, article ideas, everything. And when I sent it all out, nothing happened. Nothing. Crickets. Literally the most professional thing I've ever sent out in my entire life, and I got crickets. So I waited, and I kind of was like, all right, whatever, I'm never gonna get a cover, it's fine. That kind of thing. I just kind of gave up. I'm like, I need to take a breathing room from this. But then things started happening, and before that, I was kind of seeing somebody for a while. Went on this trip to Arizona. It didn't work out the way I planned. I was pretty upset. My cat had passed away. I felt like I started having nothing, and just when I was about kind of really down the dumps and just wanted to give up on it all, things started happening. I got a call for a Super Bowl gig. I got a call to be an American Ninja Warrior again. And last but not least, I randomly got a text from the editor of Oxygen saying, I have an opportunity that involves a cover. Shocked, could not believe that happened. And I had to read it multiple times, my heart stopped. And when I followed up, I didn't even really listen to what she was saying. I was just like, oh my God, I'm gonna be on the cover, it's so exciting. And I just want to reiterate, the moment where something seems impossible, where you want to give up on it, it happens. And it truly is a moment that makes everything else seem more possible, and it makes everything make sense. Things are gonna happen for you when they're supposed to happen for you. And I realized that happened at the right time, because this woman on the cover, I'm proud of. And it's not about me. That story that was in there, that wouldn't have been the story if I had it before, right? It would have been a little more selfish. This is about helping so many people like all over the world. So I want you to not give up on your dreams, and I hope that you go through this article and you get inspired. Hopefully you realize that things take time, and hopefully you keep persisting and put yourself out there. Let people know what your vision is and what you want. It does not have to be a cover. So hopefully this YouTube video inspires you, and if you have any questions for me personally, feel free to message me, and I will see you all later.